Well, this is unexpected. Hey everyone, Child931 here, otherwise known as Avery, or also known as the Creative Gamer. Now, this might be weird for my channel, I know, but I actually got enough inspiration to actually work on something like this. So, first things first, I'm actually using Windows Movie Maker for this countdown, and believe me, I would much rather be working with something else if I had the money, but I don't, and I'll be using it to the best of its ability. It doesn't crop videos, so I can't fix anything that I put in it. Also, a big shout out to Fawful's Minion for the subscriber special that he made a while ago that helped me with this countdown. Great pointers on that video, man. I hope to do something with you soon. But anyways, countdown. Sonic has a huge amount of friends, and we all wonder who our favorite is out of all of them. Be it the amazing side characters or the blue blur himself, we all have different number ones, and I'm about to answer that question myself with this countdown. Now you might be thinking about which universe I might be talking about for these characters. I'm mainly talking about the ones found in the video game universe, though as much as I want to read the comics, it will take over a month straight for me just to read through all the comics that Sonic has. Also, a rather important note, none of the original characters from the first game to Sonic and Knuckles will be in this list. Now hang on, before you write any hateful comments, I will give my top 3 from that particular list. The only reason I'm removing them from the picture is that they've been around for the longest and have been loved and hated by many. They've earned their stay in the franchise. Now, for a very quick top 3 from that list. Number 3 is Knuckles the Echidna, mainly because he's rougher than the rest of them, the best of them, tougher than leather. Number 2 is Miles Tails Prower. He's always been a favorite of mine because of his personality and cool gadgets. And number 1 of this small list is Dr. Evil Robotnik, aka Dr. Eggman, one of the best villains to surface from the gaming franchise. Though Sonic, Amy, and Metal Sonic are very decent characters in their own right, those 3 just stand out more to me than the rest. Also, Amy's a big cray-cray. Which also leads to another thing. This is my list and my list alone. This has my opinions on who's the best and it's not official. I'm just making this video for fun. And so, with that out of the way, let's get started on the countdown.
Round and round we go.
Well now, there's something to start off the list. Cream has always been one of the more cuter characters I've seen throughout my days of playing games. I've always had a weak spot for cute rabbits for some reason. Don't exactly know why. She's just a kid, yeah, but she always wants to help out whenever she can to the best of her power. Speaking of which, she has 2 abilities she can use. Using her large rabbit ears to fly around like Tails does, or having her friend Cheese attack for massive damage. It's a good thing that they're best friends, otherwise Cheese would question why he's being thrown around like a baseball. She always wants to be friends with everyone, besides villains like Eggman and Eggman. I mean, who would want to be friends with a fat scientist that's basically the smartest person in the world? Actually, that would sound pretty cool. Cream has also been practicing boxercise? What? Hang on. What kind of word is boxercise? Anyway, Cream has been practicing boxercise with Amy, so she knows how to defend herself when the time is necessary. I mean, if she has to deal with Amy and her hammer almost every day, I think she can handle herself pretty well. She can also ride a board pretty well. Just look at those moves. Yeah!
I am unrivaled.
Aha! Bet you weren't expecting this guy to be here. Eggman Nega is just as clever as Eggman himself, only a bit more sadistic, calculating, and eerily polite. He is that suave man that always has a trick up his sleeve. Make sure you don't play poker with him. Yeah. Many of the things he does results in him being like Eggman, but he's not Eggman, he is Nega! He likes to take his attacks more head-on than Eggman, where his side of the egg salamander uses claws instead of guns. He's very sneaky too, making an attempt to disguise himself as Eggman. But, get this. He was thought as just an alternate version of Eggman himself, but in Sonic Rivals, he revealed himself to be freaking Eggman's descendant from 200 years in the future! So, not only did he go back in time to perhaps make his crazed dream come true, but he also caused both Blaze's and Sonic's dimension to become flux with one another that causes the 2 dimensions to fight over one another to make it so only one survives! Eggman, you have plots for world domination, building an amusement park from 5 planets, trying to destroy the very planet you live on and erase time and space to undo your mistakes. Yeah, Eggman Nega kinda did something you kinda didn't really think of. By destroying 2 dimensions just to have his freaking crazed dream scene, maybe? I don't know. He wasn't even trying! Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, I like the Bat. Rouge is that thief that always gets what she wants, be it through force or other means. But don't let her looks fool you, because you'll get a quick kick to the head with those steel-toed boots. Ouch! Very tricky in nature, her soft-toned speak is very deceiving, almost like she's a secret agent or something. Being a bat, she can easily fly along the air to get anywhere she needs to go, and has a natural talent for hunting treasure. She always has her sense of pride about her as well, making her a tough shell to crack. You won't get any information out of her that she doesn't want to give away. She's also incredibly sneaky, and with freaking bombs of all things. She is a deadly asset to any team that she'll be on. But that doesn't say that she is also at least caring enough to put her friends first before anything else. Because of her majorly sassy attitude, she can cause a few nerves to be twisted, but that's why I like her. She's tricky, sneaky, and deadly with the boot, to the boot. That was a joke. Laugh! Sonic Adventure. This game was amazing to play back in the day, with an amazing set of characters and a different style of gameplay with each. The most unique was E102 Gammas, having to go through the stage and blow everything up. Gamma was also an amazing character, having to work for Eggman, then turn against him to destroy the E100 series. And he accomplishes this with his nifty little handgun, quite literally a handgun. His hand is a gun. He destroyed all of the E100 series and his upgraded brother that ultimately led to his death. That, however, led him to an upgrade of his own.
I am Omega, the ultimate E-Series robot.
Now, Omega to me is just Gamma with a large upgrade. I always see Gamma when I look at Omega, because of his wanting to get revenge on his creator. But Gamma and Omega are 2 different machines in their respect. Omega is one of the best fighting robots there is, besides Metal Sonic, having the power to best every single E-Series robot there is, as his entrance stated. Omega is one of the few robots to have a sense of human emotion, becoming friends with both Shadow and Rouge. Even though he's a robot, he does care. His primary goal is to destroy all of Eggman's machines, and then ultimately Dr. Eggman, because he was stuck with defending Shadow and Sonic Heroes when he could have done so much more. He would have taken on Knuckles and taken the Master Emerald by himself if he wanted. Omega has a massive arsenal at his disposal, ranging from Gatling guns, flamethrowers, missile barrages, and even high-powered death lasers. Omega does not want anything to stand in his way, and does just that with the greatest of ease. He is Omega, the ultimate robot with a paint of rubies. An entire team on one slot? Sounds alright to me. Hit it, boys!
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa! All these characters on one place? What are you thinking, Avery?
Well, I was thinking that since they are a team, and rightfully so, they deserve to all be in the same spot so that they all don't feel disappointed. Plus, in the course of Sonic Heroes, they were the only team with a different playstyle, having them be mission-based instead of the classic go, 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 get to the goal, faster, faster, faster! Ah! Now, because we're talking about all these guys at once, let's talk about them one at a time. Let's start with Espio. Espio is possibly the coolest of the team, being a ninja and a chameleon. And because he's a chameleon, he can naturally hide with his surroundings. Armor and all, apparently. He also has massive shurikens. Those things are as big as he is. And he throws them with ease. What kind of black magic is this? He's the calm, more serious team member among the group. It's usually him that reminds them that they're on a mission, though his seriousness can be a bit of a headache among the team at times when they're just joking around. Now, let's go to Charmy. Charmy is by far one of the youngest characters I've seen in the Sonic franchise. He's that hyperactive kid that everyone finds annoying, except for a certain few it seems. He's only really with the team because he wants to be. He's daring, he doesn't have any fear, in which Vector sees that as a chance for him to be a great detective. He's also super strong. Seriously, look at him. He's carrying a chameleon and a crocodile by himself with his little legs. Those tiny little legs right there. Look at those tiny little legs. Another thing that Vector sees in them is that strength and desire to be a great detective someday. Now for the big man himself, Vector. He's extremely strong and is able to spit fire out of his mouth and explosive bubblegum bubbles. He's a bit money hungry, but he has the passion to do his job. He has a good heart, but sometimes his job gets in the way of that. He also has a great sense of direction and which way to go. Almost like he has a sixth sense to know exactly where to go. He always chooses what the team does, be it helping someone through the radio or helping out in person. Vector is the leader of Team Chaotix for a reason, and it's clear why that is, even though he's a bit money hungry.
Let's get this over with.
Incoming hate cannon! Put up the anti-carrying shield! No, it's not working! Wait. Okay, so Shadow made it to my top 5. And for good reason. Shadow has been a fan favorite for a very long time, and I do like the character as well. He wears those air-boosted hover shoes that lets him keep up with Sonic, the fastest thing alive. He also has many of Sonic's other abilities, like the homing attack and spin dash. They are rivals till the end, it would seem, and I can respect that. Now, back to Shadow. When he appeared in Sonic Adventure 2, the main reason why he was a fan favorite was because he had a very deep backstory connected to the entire plot. Because he was in a stasis chamber for about 50 years, he lost his memories and only faintly remembers a few of them, like what the space colony ARC held in secret. When he was awakened, he thought Maria wanted revenge on the humans, but near the end of the game, he found out that Maria actually wanted to make everyone happy and sacrificed himself for that cause. However, it was apparent that one of Eggman's robots had retrieved Shadow from the fall to Earth, saving him in the process. But he does not know whether or not if he is truly the real Shadow, due to Eggman making millions of clones of him. But even with this known, he still carries on, keeping Maria's wish. What I don't understand is why he still has amnesia in his own game. In Sonic Battle, he still has all of his memories intact. He still cares about what Maria wanted, and in Shadow the Hedgehog, he just puts it all behind him like it's nothing anymore. What I hope with Shadow is that he comes back to his old self. You hear me, Sega? Sonic Team! Don't change Shadow anymore, Danny, what have you done?
I finally found him. The Iblis Trigger.
Hello, Mr. Future. Now, I'll let this get off my chest. I actually did enjoy the storyline in Sonic 06 because of the characters in it.
No way!
And just because of the characters. If I had a chance to, I would actually remake Sonic 06 so it could be as good as it was planned to be. The characters in Sonic 06 were rather good, all except one, and Silver is among that list. He has a lot going on for him, being from the future and having a strong sense of justice. He's also an optimist, something I haven't really seen in a while. I see a lot of good things coming from Silver, and I'm glad he wasn't thrown away like Elise was. His psychokinetic abilities make him able to carry anything around, even himself, and with the coming of Sonic Rivals, he actually uses that psychokinetic power to boost his speed that matches Sonic's. Like, that would actually be a really cool game design. Wait, that's already implemented. Haha! He appears to be serious on the outside, what with trying to save the future and stuff, but he's still just like a kid on the inside. Being naive and somewhat immature, he can goof things up easily. And because he cloaks himself with that serious outlook, he tends to have a short temper. But he has a very kind heart and is willing to help out anyone that is in need. He's also trustworthy, as he can get the job done. I wonder what his future is really like, because he never talks about it other than Sonic 06, and very little in other games. And we all know what that future is like in 06. A very fiery future filled with death and mutated animals of a freaking fire god. Why? I'd love to see a concept of going in between time planes again. That was incredibly cool. Silver is a great character, and Sega sees that. I hope he's used more in future games.
Looking for me?
Now here's a true evil villain. Possibly my most favorite in any series up to date. Mephiles is just pure evil, and he's the mind and will of Solaris, a freaking god! Along with Iblis, all he dreams of hoping to cause is destruction. He doesn't want to rule the world. He doesn't want to have any slaves do his bidding. All he wants is to see the living struggle against the destruction he causes. And he does so very subtly. He doesn't even do anything to cause destruction. He lets others do that for him. But he's not afraid to get his hands dirty. He uses his wit and smarts to fool Silver into thinking that Sonic is the Iblis trigger, and in a way, he was right. Mephiles takes his initial form through Shadow's own shadow. Wow, I have to say that 10 times fast. And becomes a physical copy of him, except with a palate swap and no mouth. He doesn't have a mouth. Look at his muzzle. No mouth! Look at it! No! When he shows his other state, his crystallized self, he loses his nose as well, and his Gralia turns red and his iris turns more into a lighter green. You know? Gralia? The whites of your eyes? Yeah. Oh, and he doesn't seem to have any feet either. Just wanted to point that out. He doesn't have feet. And in this state, he's much more in tune with his powers. Being able to melt into the ground and become a shadow of someone. Able to spawn waves upon waves of minions. And if he gets his hands on 2 Chaos Emeralds, he's able to spawn clones of himself. That's only if he has 2! I mean, just imagine how much freaking damage that it'll cause with just that. Mephiles is something that shouldn't be taken lightly, as he can fool you and possibly take your life away in a heartbeat. He loves whatever is negative and hates everything good. He's just pure evil, and he shows that with pride. I really hope that Sega and Sonic Team will bring him back, not being canon to 06, but with an entirely different plot. He is just evil, and he oozes with it like the darkness that he spawns. But something about him makes me think of another villain. One's that's small and dresses like the devil. Nope, can't think of anything. Next entry!
As much as I dislike relying on others, I'm grateful for your aid.
Oh yeah! Now we're getting some good bits here. Blaze is by far my favorite female protagonist in any story. She hails from another dimension where she's actually a princess. Queen? Princess? I don't know, I just call her a princess. It suits her, and the game tells us otherwise. That protects her world's versions of the Chaos Emeralds, the Soul Emeralds. These emeralds actually have the name true to themselves, as they are in the Emerald Cut, opposed to the Brilliant Cut of the Chaos Emeralds. Blaze has been doing her job so much that she has a very strict code for that job, and tends to be like Knuckles in the way of not being very sociable at first. And boy, did she have a tough time trying to get around Sonic's dimension when she first came there. Cream was the first person to meet her, wanting to be her friend almost instantly because Cream wants to be friends with everyone. But Blaze didn't want that. Instead, she wanted to get the Soul Emeralds back from Eggman's grasp. But Cream insisted that she would go with her to be a guide to help her find Sonic. Blaze isn't the type to ask for help either, so accepting this was unusual for her to handle. Over time, Blaze has become fond of Cream's presence and ultimately became her friend. This was certain, because she would go after Eggman after it was seen that Cream has been kidnapped. What? Someone else? No! She still isn't very open to many new faces, and she still works around the very strict code from her dimension. While playing Sonic Rush, I always wondered what her dimension would be like. And then Sonic Rush Adventure came out, and boy was I surprised by the landscape! Oceans as far as the eye can see, and little islands to have the populations on. It's also seen in this game that Blaze is a bit truthful. She calls Marine a nuisance even though she's been at least tolerable to her. She kind of snapped and kind of called her a nuisance. She also has a fear of heights, as referenced in her first game when she was hesitant to go out to the limit. And in Adventure, she got caught when Babylon Garden went up into the air, and she looked down like, oh no, I'm to get away, bye. While I just talked about her, let's talk about her powers. Fire control. Pyrokinesis. Blaze has had this power ever since she was a child, calling it a curse for some reason that we don't know quite yet. She never talks about her past and would rather keep it that way, it seems. But with her fire powers, she can do a lot of things, many things. She can hover in the air, create a fiery tornado around herself, extend her jump, and increase her speed of all things to where she can beat Sonic, the main protagonist. She's also an incredible acrobat, as her movement in the air is unmatched to anything I've seen yet. Blaze. She's a princess from another dimension, and she puts her enemies in distress. She may be a princess, but she is a queen on my list, and forever will be as such. And before we get to the number 1 spot on my list, let's do a recap. Number 10, Cream the Rabbit. Number 9, Eggman Nega. Number 8, Rouge the Bat. Number 7,
Omega, the ultimate E-Series robot.
Number 6, Team Chaotix. Number 5, Shadow the Hedgehog. Number 4, Silver the Hedgehog. Number 3,
Mephiles. Mephiles the Dark.
and number 2, Blaze the Cat. That was the sound of one of the many elements. An important one. One that keeps us going. An element that even the Chow need to have. Long ago, the Chow was a very sacred race, living in a small village next to a shrine. This shrine held the 7 emeralds, and the master to them all. There was one little Chow that was curious as to what the master would look like. So the little one would climb up the stairs, and soon meet this master. The large gem that stood in the center of the shrine shined brightly in the sunlight. It was so beautiful, the Chow was mesmerized by such beauty. It was then that the Master Emerald would choose this Chow as a guardian to their brothers and sisters, and a protector to the Master Emerald. And so, a being of water was born, protecting the Chow and the Master Emerald. Years passed, and the clan that held the Master Emerald so safely went on a rampage for power, harming the Guardian's friends and family, causing a hatred to swell up in its heart. It decided upon itself to use the 7 emeralds to stop the clan, but in its rage, destroyed most of the world along with it. But it was stopped by its one friend, an echidna named Takal. She didn't want to see her friend in such a state, and so asked the Master Emerald to seal him inside. The Guardian was given the name Chaos. Now, Chaos is my all-time favorite Sonic character. He has been ever since I played Sonic Adventure when I was a kid, because it was so interesting to see this body of seemingly water move around on its own. And as the story progressed, giving us a look at what he was like in the past and to see his other forms, it was so amazing to see this as a whole. Chaos is just a Chao, only mutated by the Master Emerald. And Chaos took this so that he could protect all he cared about, the Chao and Tikal. Dr. Eggman called him the God of Destruction, but that was because he was still in a rage, a very blind rage that he has been quelling for 4,000 years inside the Master Emerald. But he wants peace and harmony more than anything. To the heart, he is a very kind person, because he is still that child, still that little child that played with his brothers and sisters. When I first beat Sonic Adventure, I was very, very touched at the ending that Chaos had received. And when I look back at the scene again in later years, I almost cry when I see that Chaos finally finds peace and knows that his family is still living on, and that his one friend, Tikal, was always there for him. Sonic helped her realize that sealing him inside the Master Emerald once more wouldn't be the right choice, as his anger wouldn't go away and would remain trapped forever in an endless loop. But after Sonic had made Chaos revert back to his original state, the Chao gathered around him like an old friend coming back from war, so happy to see him again. Chaos doesn't say anything, but it doesn't matter, because you know that he's happy to see them as well, after 4,000 years of being trapped in anger. Chaos is by far one of the best mystical creatures I've had the chance to see. I hope that Sega and Sonic Team bring Chaos back. I don't care how. I just want to see him in another game. A being made of water, with only a brain, has a heart made of diamond, and is my #1 favorite Sonic character. Not only because of how he was portrayed, or even of nostalgic factors, because he actually taught me that friends always stick around with you, to the bitter end. Hey guys, and welcome to the after video. I just wanted to make this part so I can give my thanks to all the people that inspired me. You already know one, which is Fawful's Minion. There's 3 more people, those being the Fiery Joker, aka Josh Scorcher, Rabid Luigi, and the Artark. These 4 people have always have always inspired me to make videos like this. Like, I've always wanted to do a top 10, and with the help of all of their inspirations, with Josh's and freaking Fawful's Minion, freaking Logan, freaking Josh and Logan's tutorials about how to actually make a countdown, giving tips and whatnot, I was able to actually make this. But I give my thanks to you guys, and sometime in the future I'm going to give you guys a gift. I already have designs for all 4 of you for a future game I wish to make, that I want to actually make a reality. But I have 4 designs for you guys, and if I can find any artists that have commissions ready, I'll be able to just perhaps actually make that into a reality. Just give you guys my designs of what I think of you, really. But if you all liked this top 10 and would like to see me do more, just leave a comment down below and tell me who your top 10 favorite Sonic characters are. We all have different #1s, so let's find out who's more diverse. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a lovely night. Until we meet again.